From a small family business established in 1992, RVL has grown into a busy, professional electronic design and manufacturing facility, employing over 20 people in a rural location in the picturesque Kentish countryside.
We will cover most aspects of an electronic project, from the initial design or concept, taking it forward through feasibility to see if it's even practical to build. We will then work with the client to design the product, and we will then take it to production if they want us to. Some of our clients require only certain stages of that process. They might require just the design and they'll produce it themselves, or they might already have a part designed product and they want us to finish it off and then produce it. So whatever the customer wants.
Clients, whether one-man bands or multinationals, can get expert advice from innovative engineers about any stage of product development, from concept to manufacture and testing.
We've always said we will work with our clients. We don't work for them, we work with them. We want to make their projects succeed. If their projects succeed, they'll either come back to us for more, or they'll use us for more production, or they'll come back to us in 10 years' time to redesign the next version, which will invariably come along. So we want them to succeed, because if they succeed, we succeed.
We may have one customer that will come to us and they have a very small project and they've got existing hardware. They really just want us to tweak something or write a very small program for them, and that could be a couple of weeks. But on the other end of the scale, we've got some projects that have taken a year, 2 years to complete, and the breadth and depth of the work involved there is very much different, and there's a lot more stages to it.
A customer will come to us with a problem. We will try to understand that problem. We will then try to look for technologies which are appropriate for solving that problem. Sometimes problems are easy to understand. There's a clear method to solving it. Sometimes a customer's problem will need some research. So we will take a research phase, a risk reduction phase at the beginning, where we do some R&D and come up with proposals for solving the problem.
We've been working with Michelin, the tyre company, now for over 14 years. We've worked on one specific area of their product line for them, but we've made some industrial control equipment for them and monitoring equipment using sensors and data gathering from electronics, which take the information and allow them to look at the information anywhere in the world from some of their vehicles, their test vehicles.
In the labs, the engineers work together developing hardware designs, incorporating digital and analog electronics, RF systems, processors and fully embedded software solutions.
On the hardware side of things, we can design a PCB and there'll be various electronics on that board that will fit the customer's requirements. But what we then have to do is bring that electronics to life and make sure it does the job that they need.
Over in the secure high-tech assembly area, RVL's skilled technicians undertake everything from bare board to fully populated assembly, whether hand-placing parts or using a pick-and-place machine that can cope with the tiniest of components. Quality is a top priority, and RVL technicians are fully IPC trained and certified.
RVL has got a set-up dedicated manufacturing facilities. It's an ESD safe area with all personnel trained in IPC skills, able to identify and correct, do soldering as required. The type of products we work on is anything from surface mount, single-sided, dual-sided boards, multi-layer boards, and also panelisation of PCBs. But also, as well as the surface mount side of the business, we also do the through-hole assembly, which is where the hand soldering the individual skills as an operator into its own. We also can test the boards as per customer's requirements, and we can also suggest testing that a customer could have.
Testing very much depends on what the customer requires. Some of our customers are quite happy for us to send them completely untested products, because they then take those boards and they build them into their own products and they do their own testing later on. We try and encourage even customers like that to give us the bare minimum testing, because it does allow us to prove our assembly processes, and if we find a problem we can fine-tune our processes before they even get to the boards. It's not that we're trying to hide things from them, we're trying to give them the best quality product. If we don't get feedback, we don't know what's working and what's not working. Some of our customers are the complete opposite though. They want us to deliver a fully finished product, quite often either to their customers direct or even straight to their store warehouses, where they then send them out to the customers without even opening the box and looking at them. So we do the full box build. Everything goes in the box, instruction manuals, any literature that needs to go in there, glossy printed covers on the outside if that's what they require. We have multiple signal generators and pattern generators, so we can trigger all sorts of electronic devices in lots of different ways. We can record various signals coming out of them. The ones that are different to most people is we do a lot of pressure testing, and we have our own custom pressure test jigs up to around 10 bar with calibrated gauges to fractions of a PSI. We also have temperature controlled chambers from -40 to plus 125 degrees. We have several of them, and they can be used with calibrated temperature controls as well. So again, we can check that if you've got a temperature gauge on your device that it works as specified. Not everyone can do that.
Over the next 20 years, RVL will continue to champion excellence in British design and manufacturing, as it has done for the last 20, in an industry where an increasing amount of manufacturing is outsourced to overseas facilities.
It was a decision taken a few years ago now that very much if we wanted to still be around in 15, 20 years' time, we needed to expand. We needed a bigger customer base, and with the regulation in the industry now, both health and safety and even on design of products themselves, the regulations, I think everyone's heard of the CE regulations, that's getting tighter and tighter. Other in-country certifications, it's getting increasingly difficult to maintain those certifications without having a bigger company behind it to give the finance and support to push the certifications through and give the expertise and understanding on how to do that.
The future looks increasingly good. There are lots of engineering opportunities. If we can keep encouraging engineering to be an important subject within the mix of the economy, then it looks good.